As the leading Revolutionary War general, first U.S. president, and the father of our country, George Washington is one of the most celebrated figures in American history. Born in Virginia, he was raised mostly on family plantations in Maryland, first at Mount Vernon and later at Ferry Farm on the Rappahannock River. Very little is known about Washington's childhood, but one famous story has been told for generations: the tale of George Washington and the cherry tree. But is this a true story or just a well-known myth? As the legend goes, when George was about 6, he received a hatchet as a gift and soon took to chopping nearly everything in his path, including his father's favorite cherry tree. When his father asked him what happened to the tree, George hesitated but then said, "I can't tell a lie, Papa. I did cut it with my hatchet." George's father, who had taught his son the value of honesty, embraced him and did not punish him. This touching story has only one problem. It's not true. In fact, it was invented by an itinerant preacher and bookseller known as Parson Weems. In 1809, about 10 years after Washington's death, Weems published the anecdote in the 5th edition of his book, Life of George Washington the Great. But there is no evidence the cherry tree incident ever happened. In fact, very little is known about the relationship between Washington and his father, who died when George was just 11 years old. But that hasn't stopped school teachers and parents from using the story to help teach countless children over the years the value of honesty. In 1939, the painting Parson Weems's Fable by Grant Wood showed Weems drawing back a curtain to reveal the image of Washington, his father, and the cherry tree. In the painting, Washington's head was taken from a Gilbert Stuart portrait of Washington, famous from its appearance on the dollar bill. By putting the adult Washington's head on the young Washington's body, and including Weems, Wood's painting alludes to the mythic nature of the cherry tree story. Yet it also preserves and celebrates the myth as an example of Washington's unique place in American memory.